Hello guys, today I will show you how to play LUNALIGHT post Duelist Advanced with the new support. So this is another fusion deck that it really excites me to play. So the new cards are Gold Leo, Masquerade and Hound from the main deck, and Liger Dancer and Perfume Dancer in the extra deck. All of them are amazing cards. Gold Leo now is the first one card combo for LUNALIGHT. Hound is a spell trap negate which is amazing. Plus, it gives you a monster from the deck, but it soft locks you because as long as the LUNALIGHT monster you summoned is on the field, you are locked into LUNALIGHTs, but that's pretty easy to play around because you can return it to the hand. Masquerade is a foolish barrel that also retrieves a polymerization from the graveyard by discarding one card, and it allows you to fusion summon by bouncing from the graveyard, so that is amazing. In the extra deck, Perfume Dancer basically searches Perfume, which is a monster born plus your best searcher, and Liger Dancer is obviously the big boss monster that is unaffected by everything except LUNALIGHT cards, and it can attack twice, and it can reggae your opponent's whole field. So yeah, overall an amazing deck, and I'm really excited to show you how the replays go. First replay is against Memento, and unfortunately I break. I activate Fuga in the Stampe phase so I can be able to impulse whenever I want. Here asking that was a big mistake. I should ask the horse and impulse the sleepy if he has it, but I wasn't expecting him to have both of them. So yeah, that was my mistake, but it's fine. Game 2, he has double Fuga, which we will accept the challenge because we are just that good. So I discard the trap card, which can summon a monster from the deck, and now I have also a trap in the graveyard, so Impulse can destroy. I activate Masquerade, Masquerade will dump Hound, Hound will search and special summon the Kaleidochick will dump the Black Sheep, which Leo can add back because it was sent to the graveyard this turn, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Kaleido effect will dump for cost the fusion material needed to go for a Liger Dancer, just so it can copy its name. I return Masquerade for follow-up with Marten, and now I go for Liger Dancer. He draws into the third Anguish and Super Poly, which is useless against me. So now I grab back from the graveyard a lot of stuff for follow-up, and I pass my turn. He activates Witch, and for some reason he activates the Grand Entrance to go Goblin, but if you're gonna add Tatsu and then you go Goblin, then the Tatsu doesn't do anything because you're always dumping Gatic. So it's just basically a negate of the fusion with Impulse, and I can negate Bone Party with the Hound, so he cannot trigger anything basically. Tatsu is fine, it doesn't do anything, and he doesn't have like a hero in the graveyard. He said Super Poly, he passes. Now I had added back Masquerade so I can use it again. So now I get one more spell trap negate to play around his stuff. Now I summon Gold Leo, I can add back my Tiger. So now I have infinite grind game. Tiger will grab back the ship, he activates Super Poly. But jokes on him, the monsters were, when they are sent to the graveyard, they get their effects. So Kaleidochick will add back my polymerization. Marten will bounce back Tiger. Tiger can special summon again, and it's in the pendulum zone, so Impulse from the hand doesn't prevent it because it's a light monster. So that is game 2. Now we go into game 3, where I have to beat Memento basically with just this. So I have As Blossom, but I'm holding it for Tatsu because he also added Sleepy, so now I don't allow him to destroy cards. He sets, unfortunately, the Deep Barrier, which is shotguns, so now I don't have to commit to my LUNALIGHT fusion, which is good but not great. Here, Marten adds Masquerade. Masquerade will dump Hound. I will also trigger Gold Leo, but it's incorrect to trigger it, so I just said him if I am allowed to take it back, which he allows, thankfully, because you need Hound in the graveyard to have the spell negate for his follow-up, basically. Unfortunately, I'm locked into LUNALIGHT, so I can't rank into a Baguska possibly for his turn. I have to Kolbe here, although I do know that he has Tatsu in the hand. But yeah, you have always to Kolbe the Gatic because it just gives him too much advantage. He resolves Twin and grabs Combined Creation plus Horn, which is a bit scary, but I think he's not on Finsmith engine because he went into SP last turn. So I will Silverhound negating the fusion in the graveyard because I don't want him to have the witch in the graveyard. So basically preventing combined creation from having a free special summon of a witch. So now he has to commit into the horn in order to get witch into the graveyard. So yeah, he attacks with this. The DB was glitching, so I couldn't see Twin Dragon. And he also has another floodgate, basically, with Lancia. But that's pretty good for me because now he can't activate SP, and I will actually utilize that. So yeah, I will trigger Bird, summoning back this. I will also add the LUNALIGHT Tiger. That's pretty good for me. I can't activate the Perfume in the graveyard, but that's fine because he cannot use SP and he doesn't have Gatic. So if he went into Creation King, that wouldn't do realistically anything. So now he adds Goblin and Mace to prevent targeting and possibly steal the Kaleido when it's treated as the fusion. So I have to play only around that, which is pretty easy. Now I bring a negated Kaleido which I will not use because I want both of them to have their effects so they can copy the name. I add a second Lunalight Fusion for follow-up. I will bounce back Tiger and I will special summon Kaleido with the fusion effect. So now all I need to do is basically cross-ship into summoning back a Kaleido. I activate Dugaris to go and draw and put the Kaleido in the graveyard. I draw into Ash Blossom, which is a good follow-up. He plays around SP, I think, with activating Goblin, which is fine completely. I'm not going into SP. So I just fusion summon. I actually bring back the fusion monster from the graveyard, which will trigger cross-ship. Now I have two Kaleido and even if he activates Mace, I can still go into Liger Dancer and go for game. Replay number 2 is a mirror match. And here we have to beat Droll and Lockbird, which we will see if we can do. So I add back Sheep, I also have the Tiger in hand. Baguska pass, yeah. I wasn't playing Black God Laughs before this replay, so that's why I didn't use goods to go for Black God Laughs. So we're both kind of a stalemate with Baguska, but I can SP banish it, and then I can do full combo because he doesn't have anything, and I can just normal summon Leo into full combo. I think he does know that. Plus, I have Ash Blossom for his potential top deck. Yeah, he just wants to see where this goes, so I add back Poly, I add also Perfume, I grab back the Tiger with the Fusion to summon back Sheep, and Cross will trigger, summoning back Kaleido. I will just discard Ash to add a Bird, and that's pretty good because now I can summon back a bunch of monsters. And I also add back the Polymerization. I add back a Bird with Sheep, summon back Kaleido with negated effects. And from there it's basically climbing into big monsters and drawing more card advantage. I can fusion summon from the graveyard because I used Masquerade. Here I thought that I couldn't attack with my monsters because of SP, but now DB Grinder told me basically that you can attack because SP affects the monsters and the Ligers are unaffected, so even under SP you can attack with the fusions, which is a great advantage because you can go 40k through SP, which your opponent will not expect most of the times. Here I see that he plays weird, basically Lunalights. He plays the Blue Moon or whatever it's called. So that tells me that he's into the Xyz engine and not the Fusion engine. So I guess he's using Raid Raptors. So he adds back a bunch of stuff. He summons Hound, which is a level 3, so I don't get why he did that. Yeah, basically he summons Frostrix with a level 3, and that tells me that he's indeed into the Xyz package. Xyz package is interesting. I think I will cover it in another video, but I really do want to try it because it looks interesting. So he does a bunch of stuff. Welcome back to 2019. He goes and dumps the Tiger. Emerald will draw him a card, and of course, it's Wolf. So yeah, he ends on Liger Dancer as well. I activate evenly. So that also leaves me to deal with a Liger Dancer, which this deck can do because Liger Dancer is only unaffected except by Lunalight cards. So if I bring my own Liger Dancer, I can pop it. So yeah, basically I'm just playing around his popping effect, which I don't think he uses this turn. Which is pretty smart because that's also playing around talents. He can use it on the end phase or when I activate Polymerization. So I'm basically trying to have as many monsters in the hand as possible to activate polymerization from there. And yeah, I activate Masquerade first to dump Bird. Bird will special summon the Perfume Dancer, which will trigger Crossship. Here I couldn't do the Perfume Dancer because Bird brings back Negated. So yeah, that's an illegal play from me, I'm sorry. It was my first game, I think, on LUNALIGHT. So here I dump the Tiger Dancer, and then I just want to trigger Masquerade so I can be able to fusion summon from the graveyard. And from there, I can activate Perfume to add back Tiger, and Tiger can special summon back a monster, so I can also be able to exceed summon into a rank 4. I go into SP because I want to dodge basically the Liger. I discard Talent, maybe forcing him to activate Liger, so I can activate Thrust, which of course he doesn't. He top decks into Kaleidocheck, which is fine. Kaleidocheck can activate the effect, but in main phase I will activate Liger because I just learned that it's also not unaffected by Lunalights. So yeah, I win that game. So final replay will be against Thankosol, which is a deck that also gets support post Duelist Advance. Here I just fusion. He also has a Bestial, which is pretty good here because he negates basically my Perfume. But I have double Perfume, so what I'm gonna do is discard Kaleidocheck to add Tiger, and Kaleidocheck will dump the Marten. I will reborn Marten with the Tiger. Now I can go into Tiger King, setting tanky, adding Black Sheep, and here I just add back Tiger with Marten, which allows me to special summon the Perfume Dancer and Crossship will trigger. So now I basically played around 2 hand drops and ended up on a Baguskas Blossom plus SP, which against Vanquisher it's FTK. So yeah, now we go into game number 2. I activate Purulia, which is awesome against him, but he has As Blossom. But that's fine, I still have As Blossom plus Impulse. I Impulse the Holy Shoe and As Blossom Raisin, so that leaves him on very few interactions. Here I could also activate Fuga, but I realized that I couldn't actually because of Impulse, so that's pretty bad. And basically here I dump Hound, I special summon Gold Leo, and I have to resolve it. So Chailing 1 will be Marten. I could also Chailing 2 Gold Leo, but he is gonna pop my Gold Leo. Thankfully, I can add Lunalight Fusion because of Marten, and because he has monster summon from the extra deck, I can summon by using monsters from the deck. Thankfully, he doesn't activate Raisin, because that would no longer be the case, because Rock would be destroyed. So here, I add back Leo with the Sheep, and I add Perfume. Perfume can special summon the bird. I can also activate Perfume discarding Fuga to add something. So I activate Tiger King's second effect, which is amazing because it lets me negate his whole field, and he has to activate values to make it unaffected by card effects, so I will not popping or destroy it with Liger. But that's pretty fine because now I can do basically full combo with just a few cards and he cannot interact with me. So yeah, from there it's just a basic sequence into the Liger Dancer. Liger Dancer can pop everything, and then I can attack twice. I will dump Panther Dancer, which I was playing at the time. I really don't need it. So here I go into my second Perfume Dancer. Perfume Dancer also has a graveyard effect, which is pretty nice because you can banish it and then reduce the attack of your opponent's monsters. So now I go into the second Liger, and he has to play through a double Liger plus Baguska, so that's game. So that is the deck. I hope you enjoy the replays, I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.